Hello, and welcome to the preview episode of March Musical Madness. Just like the other tournament going on in the world in the month of March, we're doing something similar but a little different because we're focusing on musicals this month. Yes, we have 68 musicals that we are going to go through and bring them all the way down to your top choice. So to kick it off, we start on March 1st with our play-in games. We have 4 matchups that I'm going to walk you through today. The first matchup is the musical Bat Boy taking on The Color Purple. Now, you may not have ever heard of Bat Boy, but it premiered in Los Angeles in 1997. The music and lyrics were by Lawrence O'Keefe, and it's based on, get this is an interesting premise, based on a 1992 Weekly World News article about a half boy, half bat who lived in a cave. Seriously, yeah. It won the Best Off-Broadway Musical in the year 2001. And it's taking on The Color Purple. Now, it opened on Broadway in 2005. Now, the music and lyrics are by Brenda Russell, Ailey Willis, and Stephen Bray. It's based on the 1982 book and, as well, the 1985 film adaptation. The original Broadway production ran from 2005 to 2008, and it earned 11 Tony Award nominations in 2006 alone. An enthusiastically acclaimed Broadway revival opened in late 2015 and ran through early 2017, winning 2 2016 Tony Awards, including Best Revival of a Musical. So that's play-in game number 1. You will have all day on Saturday, March 1st, to vote for your favorite on that. We move to the next matchup, which is The Secret Garden versus Bonnie and Clyde. The Secret Garden, it's a musical based on the 1911 novel of the same name by Frances Hodgson Burnett. The musical script and lyrics are by Marcia Norman, and music is by Lucy Simon. It premiered on Broadway in 1991 and ran for 709 performances. Not too bad. It's taking on Bonnie and Clyde. Music is by Frank Wildhorn, lyrics by Don Black, and a book by Ivan Menschel. The musical debuted on Broadway in December 2011. It was nominated for 3 Outer Critics Circle Awards and 5 Drama Desk Awards, both including New Musical, as well as 2 nominations for the 2012 Tony Awards. Now, of course, this musical is based on, you guessed it, Bonnie and Clyde, the 1930s boyfriend-girlfriend who drove about the country killing people and robbing them. It only ran for 36 performances, which actually to the director was a surprise because it was originally set to be an open-ended run, but it ended kind of early. So that's matchup number 2, The Secret Garden taking on Bonnie and Clyde. Then we move to matchup number 3, Sunday in the Park with George taking on Sideshow. Sunday in the Park with George is a 1984 musical. Music and lyrics are by Stephen Sondheim, book by James Lapine. This musical won the 1985 Pulitzer Prize for Drama, 2 Tony Awards for Design, and a nomination for Best Musical, numerous Drama Desk Awards, the 1991 Olivier Award for Best Musical. It also had a 2017 Broadway revival with a 2-month run. And then we move on to Sideshow. Sideshow is a musical by Bill Russell, who wrote the book and the lyrics, and Henry Krieger, who wrote the music. And it's based on the lives of Daisy and Violet Hilton, conjoined twins who became famous stage performers in the 1930s. Again, interesting topic for a musical. The musical opened October 16th, 1997 on Broadway. Robert Longbottom directed and choreographed, and it went for 91 performances for its first run. Then in November 2014, it was revived on Broadway, and it ran for another 56 performances. So, Matchup number 3 is Sundays in the Park with George versus Sideshow. And our last play-in matchup here, we have probably one of the longer titles for a musical, the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, and it's taking on Tuck Everlasting. So, the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee started out as a production on Broadway in 2005. It is a musical comedy. It has music and lyrics by William Finn. The book is written by Rachel Schenken, and it's conceived by Rebecca Feldman with additional material by Jay Rice. And so the original production on Broadway in 2005 was directed by James Lapine, produced by David Stone, James L. Niederlander, and Barbara Whitman. It was very, very successful. It was nominated for 6 Tony Awards, and it won 2, including Best Book. But one of the interesting things about this musical is that it will bring up 4 real audience members to participate in a spelling bee alongside the cast. So it brings in a little aspect of audience participation, which is kind of fun. It's taking on Tuck Everlasting. Tuck Everlasting is a musical based on the children's novel Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt. It features music by Chris Miller, lyrics by Nathan Tyson, and a book by Claudia Scheer and Tim Federle, directed and choreographed by Casey Nicolau. And in 2016, it had a 39 performance run on Broadway. So those are your 4 matchups. Once again, we have the Bat Boy versus The Color Purple. We have matchup 2, The Secret Garden versus Bonnie and Clyde. Matchup 3, Sunday in the Park with George, taking on Sideshow. And matchup 4, the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, taking on Tuck Everlasting. So whoever receives the most votes, whether that's here on YouTube, whether that's on Facebook or Instagram, will continue on then to join in the main tournament, which will pick up on Sunday, March 2nd. And we will go through all the way down to your top choice. Now, if you want to download a bracket and join in, that's linked in the description of this video as well. So you can download that bracket and keep track. No betting though. Thanks a lot for checking out this video, and I'd love to have you subscribe and like this so that when we have more updates and more information, which will be shared here on YouTube, you can find out.